Welcome to the Mental Toughness Minute. This is where I take one of the very short articles that I write within my monthly newsletter, called it the Mental Toughness Minute because hopefully it only takes you about a minute to read it. But here I expand on the concepts just a little bit further, so I just need a few more of your minutes to explore this concept in a little bit more detail. For this video, we are looking at 3 ways to build confidence, and I'm expecting this to be a popular one. It is important to say that many people are looking for ways to be more confident, to build their confidence. In fact, that's why I wrote the book Belief, because, it really is about the way we think about ourselves, the way we understand ourselves is crucial to building our confidence. And then from our confidence is where hopefully much of our success will come. So the confidence, certainly you can be successful without confidence, but it's much easier when we've got some of that along for the ride as well. And why not be confident with all the great things that each of us can do? So let's have a little bit of a quick look at 3 ways to build confidence. So one of the first things that you can do is you can you can stack small wins. So what we're doing here is noticing little things that we do well. They don't have to be the big things. They don't have to be the momentous things. They might just be very small wins that we have along the way. And in fact, you might even want to keep a bit of a win journal for yourself, just a little notepad that you can have nearby. And each time you have a small win, and whether that be that you were thinking about a task you needed to do and you just got in straight away and you did it. There's a small win. It might be that you decided you were going to do something to do with your accounting or something for your business. That's a little bit front of mind for me at the moment. And so I might spend a little bit of time working on that this afternoon, getting that done. Again, there's another small win. It might be that I noticed that today I drank the amount of water that I think that I need to be drinking each day. There's a small win. So what we do is we stack the small wins. We notice the good, and little by little, a little will become a lot. So that's always a great way to start to build our confidence. The other thing that we can do, and this sounds a little bit different because, we're always talking about the importance of being authentic and about being who we are. Sometimes, though, we can gain confidence through others, and there's 2 particular ways that we can do this. One of them is we can do it as if, and a little bit like this image suggests here in the slide, is now in this case the young man's, acting as if he's thinking some sort of superhero that's there, but it might be taking on the persona of someone else. I had a very direct conversation I needed to have with someone the other day, and I was thinking through how I was going to have that conversation, and then I thought of a friend of mine who is very good in those kinds of conversations. She is direct, she is clear, she is kind, she gets the message across, and she doesn't get caught up in the conversation in a way that's unhelpful either to herself or the person she's chatting to. So then I thought about, well, if she was here, how would she have that conversation? And then I mentally thought to myself, well, if I did it as if I was her, what would it sound like? And funnily enough, I know it sounds a bit crazy, but I instantly knew how to have that conversation. So doing it as if we are someone else, maybe there's someone you respect, someone that you admire. I had an athlete do this many, many years ago. So it was back when the Eastern Bloc countries were very much talked about in athletics, and this particular athlete was going to world titles. And they were mindful that they would be up against many competitors from the Eastern Bloc nations who would be physically larger than she was, who would walk around with a sort of swagger and a confidence that she was concerned about being intimidated by them. And so what we did is we spent some time talking about who were some of the athletes that she respects and that she admires. And she mentioned one particular athlete, someone who doesn't compete against her, was in a different age group. And I said to her, just for training today, go out and train today as if you are that person. Now, of course, it's still her as being the essence of her, but taking on that different persona just allows us to push ourselves differently. And it's funny how often we can gain the confidence or we can come up with solutions just by looking at it through the lens of somebody else. So that's one strategy we can use to build our confidence. And the other thing that we can do that also involves other people is we can borrow belief. And what we mean when we say that we're going to borrow belief is there are people that believe in you. There are people that you know that you could go to on a day when you're feeling a bit wobbly in terms of your own confidence. There's someone that you could go to who if you might say to them, oh, I've got to do this and I'm not sure how I'm going to go. And they might be that straightaway person who goes, you're going to be great at that. You're going to do a great job. I've seen you do this before. I know you're going to do a great job moving forward. I'm not even sure why you're worried about this. So borrowing some of their belief, they believe in you. So maybe we need to give a bit of that belief to ourselves. So I know that two of those are about utilizing the ways of other people, either in terms of how they've role modeled to us what confidence looks like, or they've told us about the confidence that we have. And those are perfectly valid ways that we can help to build our confidence. And then, of course, one there that is particular just to ourselves, and that is stacking our wins. So hopefully those three little tips give you something to think about. Maybe there's one in there you would like to try. Certainly, if you would like to spend a bit more time with me, particularly with some of the resources I have and some of the messaging that I have, there's a couple of different ways that you can do that. So if you don't already receive my newsletter, The Locker Room, then that's very simple for us to send that out to you. It comes out once a month. And the best way to do it is the second point on my slide there. So if you visit my website, drjoelukins.com, you'll see on the home page and on the other pages up on the top left-hand side, there's a little subscribe button there. So that will get you, if you can share with us your email, we can then send that newsletter out to you each month. And then every January we send out a reading list of what the books that I'm going to be reading through the course of the year as well. So that's something else that we share there. If you'd like to hear other interviews that I've done, then you could jump onto Spotify or Audible, or no, maybe not Audible, wherever you listen to your podcasting. Apple Podcasts, that's the other one I was thinking of. And so I've got a channel there called The Locker Room. Keep it nice and simple, call everything the same thing. And on there, I do a weekly radio interview. So there's over 250 episodes there of all sorts of topics. Some that will be very relevant for you, others that might be just a little bit different things for you to think about. So you can listen to some of the episodes there. And of course, I've written a number of books which aim to translate some of those lessons of high performance into other settings. So there'll be books there that might appeal to you if you have a bit of a look through. You can get those books wherever you would normally get your books. Maybe you download your books. Maybe you go to your local indie bookstore. Maybe you order your books online. You can go to my website, or you can obviously go through some of the larger platforms as well. And you'll find those books there. So thank you for listening in to the Mental Toughness Minute. I'd love to know if you've got any mental toughness minutes you'd like me to cover. Please feel free to send me an email or find me on socials and send me a message there. Until then, see you in the next episode.